Are we live, bro?
Are we live, Bruce?
Are we live?
I love the setup you got going there, Kevin. Got a bar background. Got some people there.
Completely original. I thought about this all on my own. I'm not trolling anybody. This is all up here, all from the brain, bro.
I'm surprised in driving a car green screen to get to the bar first.
Look, this is actually this guy right here is actually our biggest fan. Yeah, his name's Bill. And then he's telling these two girls about how great Roman Reigns' in-ring ability is. That's how he picked them up after his shift. They went home with him. Both girls went home with him because he was a Roman Reigns fan. So if you want to be like Bill, become a Roman Reigns fan. You want to take home two girls from the bar, pal.
What a ridiculous start. I love it. That's great. I still think that background is undefeated. I mean, honestly, you got some booze there. You've got a Roman Reigns fan. What more could you want, Kevin? What more could you want?
Yeah, you got two lovely ladies going home with the Roman Reigns fan. I mean, this is great. This is a great time for our guy Bill, pal. That's what happens when you're a Roman Reigns fan. Remember that.
Our guy Bill.
Yeah, that's our guy Bill right there, man. Bill the bartender.
Kevin,
right, I guess I should tweet about this, right?
Go on.
No, go ahead. Say what you're going to say.
There's plenty to talk about today. Main thing I think we're going to talk about is Cody. I think we're going to talk about WrestleMania. And really we'll just go from there. It's going to be like an hour long-ish back, give or take. So should be fun. Easy.
So keep the masses entertained while I make this tweet.
Yeah. I just want to say, real quick, Elimination Chamber, I've seen half the show. I've seen the Brock Lesnar Elimination Chamber match. I've seen the Drew McIntyre Madcap Moss match. I kind of regret doing so. I've seen Bianca Belair's Chamber match, and I've seen Reigns and Goldberg. So if you want an in-depth review of which match was it? Naomi and Ronda Rousey versus Charlotte and Sonya Deville, you're not going to get it. I don't think people care, Kevin. I really don't.
What a Matt classic that match was, if I don't say so myself.
Kevin,
talk about a Matt classic, pal.
Kevin, do you know what the Saudi Prince was doing when he got told that they were doing this match in Jeddah, Saudi Arabia?
What was he doing?
I'll show you, Kevin. This is what the Saudi Prince was throwing cash. The Saudi Prince, bro.
Bro, the Saudi Prince convinced Vince McMahon to bring Stone Cold Steve Austin back to the WWE, pal.
He actually did. He actually did as well. Goldberg's retired and he's out of contract now, so they've got the real Steve Austin back, pal.
Hey, you ready? You ready for Stone Cold versus Undertaker in Saudi Arabia 2023?
Oh my God, Mark Calloway is legit. Mark Calloway's turning blue from like all the blood flow from the match. Steve Austin breaks his neck again. Oh, that'd be awful.
Jesus
God, let's hope that does not happen.
Yeah, please. We don't want to. Somebody's gonna find this. They're gonna vanity search this clip, and they're gonna be like, "Oh, this guy predicted Undertaker's death, pal. Inside job."
Oh, this is the one who made that Matt Hardy video. He wanted Steve Austin dead. It's like, oh my God.
You're gonna be in some deep trouble, pal, with the masses.
I'm gonna have mobs coming after me on Twitter, Kevin.
Yeah, it wouldn't be the first time, right? That one of us has had the Twitter mob on us.
I mean, Kevin, dude, half the mob has you blocked, so it's like,
it's incredible. Bro, I gotta be on the all blocked list in wrestling Twitter. I have to be in the top 5 of that, bro.
And what do you do again? Just like with Twitter, because like I feel like everyone's got you. Everyone hates you on Twitter.
No, like, all I did was say that people would be more mad if Vince McMahon tweeted a black wrestler saying that he released her because she couldn't wrestle. That's all I did, bro. That's all I did. And I also said that people would be mad if Roman Reigns conducted himself like Kenny Omega did on Twitter. So now I'm the devil for saying that, pal.
Could you imagine Roman Reigns coming after some like, father on Twitter who has like 6 Twitter followers calling him the P word?
Imagine. It would be ridiculous.
Roman Reigns would be blackballed from the industry. You'd have CNN would be doing stories. Wrestler accuses fan of being a, what? Like, it's just Kevin. Ridiculous, bro.
Yeah, it would be whatever you could get of like a massive mainstream story in like the wrestling bubble. It'd be that close.
Oh my God, it would be unbelievable. Like,
yes, sir. All right, pal. You ready to talk about Elimination Chamber 2022?
Kevin, I am, pal. I am. I'm excited. Like I said, I watched half the show, so I'm completely qualified to do this. And yeah, you excited?
Yes, sir. Let's get it.
Okay.
I'm absolutely disgusted at the fact that Rey Mysterio opened the show on the pre-show. It's disgusting. Just what is this, bro? Yeah, Rey Mysterio on the pre-show. It's like, God, I can't believe it. I still can't believe they did this. You could have had the Usos and the Viking Raiders on the pre-show. Or you could have had Ronda Rousey with one arm tied behind her back on the pre-show, pal. You could have driven some ratings to WWE's YouTube channel with that or something.
Bro, are you excited for the big WrestleMania match? The Miz and Logan Paul versus the Mysterios?
Oh, can't wait. I can't wait. No, it's gonna be what were people saying? Who were people saying was gonna be the return? I can't remember. I don't know.
Steve Austin? I don't know.
I don't remember who it was now. But yeah, no, it's gonna be the Miz and Cody Runnels, pal. Cody Runnels is gonna march out with adrenaline in his soul, pal, to take on Dominic and Rey Mysterio.
God, you made me choke like the Warriors in the playoffs, bro. Oh my god. Jesus, that's bro. If Cody Rhodes comes out and teams with the Miz, I'm gonna like.
It's Cody Runnels, pal.
Bro, it's almost as bad as Carmella and Corey Graves' new reality show, bro.
Bro, did you see the trailer for that? That's one of the cringiest things, like top 5 cringiest things I think I've ever seen on Twitter. At least wrestling Twitter, at least. It's like a 2010 reality TV show. It's like Keeping Up with the Kardashians. It's just gone wrong. It's literally Carmella and Corey Graves having sex the whole show, I guess. That's what it's gonna be.
It's just like, how does that pitch to Vince McMahon? Like, Corey Graves was in Vince's office in Stamford, Connecticut. Vince is like senile. He slept like 1 hour. He just got off the flight from Saudi Arabia. And Corey Graves was like, Vince, we should do a reality show with Carmella and I. And Vince's like, oh, damn it, do it. Do it, pal. Do it. Oh, yeah. And like, did Vince green light this reality show for real? Or was it some intern who's paid a Starbucks wage just to be there and clean the corridors? Did they green light it? There's no way Kennedy McMahon, the same guy whose lawsuits bankrolled against him, that guy approved this crap, bro.
Vince McMahon just got fired. Just got done firing 10 developmental talents, pal. He felt like he needed to make up for all that money lost his salary. He needed to get some profit, pal, by greenlighting a TV show with one of WWE's top superstars, Carmella.
Bro, this company released hundreds of wrestlers in a global pandemic when they made record profit. They made $1 billion in the fourth quarter, pal. And they're doing this crap and releasing hundreds of talents. Bro, developmental talents are on food stamps because of Vince McMahon, but he's producing this crap with Corey Graves. But bro, like you watch the trailer, it's a minute long. If you haven't seen it on Twitter, I'd probably suggest not watching it.
Oh, man.
1 minute felt like 15. I felt like I was watching a 30-minute Adam Cole match. It felt like it would never end. You've got Corey Graves in the shower being like, Mella, join me. I don't have any clothes on. And like Corey would be like, oh, Mella, we had intercourse. Like, what is this, bro?
Bro, John Morrison danced with bunnies last year in Tampa, Florida for this, pal.
Bro, Vince McMahon is paying Brock Lesnar $9 million a year for this. Bro, Vince McMahon has lawsuits bankrolled from Road Warrior Animal for this. This is why Vince McMahon proceeds through the court, through the steroid trial for Corey Graves and Carmella's reality show.
Bro, Cody Rhodes is getting Brock money for this, pal. Cody Rhodes is getting Brock money laced in Saudi blood money, bro, for this business.
Bro, Vince McMahon, bro. Terrible. Terrible.
I see Bill likes this too. Where's Bill? Which one? Bill.
Bill? Oh, hey,
Bill likes it, bro. He's laughing, bro. Look at him. He's laughing at us.
Is that Goldberg's son, bro?
Bro, this is Goldberg's 16-year-old son that Bobby Lashley assaulted on live television, bro.
Remember that great all-time great storyline on Raw when Bobby Lashley abused a 16-year-old? Like,
so I had
terrible.
somebody comment on our Cody video like 3 hours ago on the Elite Heat channel. They commented something along the lines of like, "Oh, do you have real facts that Cody and Kenny are beefing, or did you just pull it out your ass, bro?" So I don't know, bro. I guess we're liars here, pal. Like, if you're watching us and you're taking us that serious, like, come on, bro, come on.
You see a theme with like,
yeah,
a bit of the community starts taking everything really seriously. I think our things that we don't take things that seriously. I like to think,
no,
generally.
I don't think so. Yeah.
No. So like you got people watching these videos. That video is like 400 views, and the channel is like 500 subs, and these people are like, "Oh my god, do you have evidence?" Like these are the comments you see on Fox News when Tucker Carlson's like burying Ukraine, and it's like, "Where's your evidence?" Like, what is this, bro?
Oh yeah. All right, pal. Let's get to the show. I think we're gonna lose our viewers, pal. So
we'll see.
Elimination Chamber 2022. Like I said, Rey Mysterio and The Miz kicked off the show. I did not see this match. Did you see any of this match?
Mysterio and Miz, I did not. No. Kevin, I'm not going to pretend to care. It's on the kickoff, on a show in Saudi Arabia, and like the Miz is involved. You know, so Kevin, do you think I or you or anyone's like rushing home to watch this? Like,
Vince McMahon accepted the blood money for this, bro.
Bro, Vince McMahon bankrolls lawsuits from Robo Animal for this.
like this is I just can't believe that this match was on the pre-show. That's really the only thing I can say about this. Yeah. In theory, right? Because in WWE's mind and like 99% of the online community's mind, this should have been a matchup of two legends, right? Because Rey Mysterio is a legend, The Miz is also a legend now,
right?
So why was this on the pre-show? Like, from that perspective, like why is it on the pre-show? This is supposed to be like. Technically, this could be a WWE title match. You could see it in 2022. You could see this being a title match if Vince McMahon wanted to get crazy and just give Rey Mysterio the belt in July of 2022.
Yeah.
And this is on the pre-show.
Yeah. I don't know. It's like, it's Mysterio and The Miz. The only fun part of this whole build was when The Miz was like to Rey Mysterio, maybe, or Dominic, maybe Eddie is your father. And then wrestling Twitter's like, oh, long-term storytelling. When Bruce Pritchard or Ed Ferrara or whoever wrote that line back in like 2005 and wrote that storyline, when they were writing a storyline, they knew 17 years later, Dominic could be in the WWE, long-term storytelling power, better than being the elite. Like, outrageous.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah. So they kick off the show with Roman Reigns versus Goldberg. I think this was pretty surprising, right? I don't think either one of us really expected this match to kick off the show. I was kind of shocked, not shocked, but I thought Miz and Mysterio would have been the easy match to kick it off, but I was a little shocked that Roman and Goldberg did.
Yeah, I mean, Roman Goldberg wasn't bad. I mean, it's probably, like, when you look at this show, like, I woke up and this show was, like, finishing. So I had the perspective of what on this show, because I could see the full card, what on this show do I want to go back and watch? This was the first thing I did because Roman's involved. It was a Goldberg match, so, you know, it's going to be max, like, 5 minutes. So yeah, they do the match. Reigns comes out to open the show. Goldberg, it's fun. It's quick. Obviously, Reigns wasn't going to lose. I saw Destroy VHB's video about why Goldberg probably should win, which is interesting. And then yeah, Reigns comes out, beats him in like 4 minutes. It's what you'd expect. You know, like 7 spears. You got Superman punches. The barricade. I'm pretty sure the barricade got sent flying. And just a bunch of just crazy action. And then Reigns wins. You know, like. Not much really to it, but it was fun while it lasted.
Yeah, it was pretty much what you expect from a Bill Goldberg match on WWE television in 2022. And like you said earlier, this is probably Goldberg's last match in WWE, at least for a while. Maybe not. You know, maybe he'll have a WrestleMania match this year, or he'll re-sign a new deal later on. But for right now, this is Goldberg's last match in WWE for this moment. So he went out with a bang. A lot of people were like, at the end, people started to panic, like subtly on Twitter. They were like, oh no, this is the 2-year anniversary of Goldberg ending Bray's title reign. What if Goldberg ends Roman's title reign? I'm like, bro, like, I don't even think Vince McMahon himself would do that. Vince McMahon is capable of a lot of things, but I don't think he would have had Goldberg end Roman Reigns' historic Universal title reign.
Bro, the way people refer to that Fiend Goldberg match on Twitter, they refer to it as though a loved one like was lost in like World War. Like that's how they refer to it. It's like 2 days ago to this day, the Fiend. It's like heartbreak emoji. They got the picture of Goldberg with the title, and they act as though this is just the darkest day in company history. Because Bill Goldberg at 53 won a match that Vince McMahon wrote in a piece of paper for him to win.
And those are the same people that fat shamed Bray Wyatt and said he was a bad wrestler and didn't deserve to be WWE champion.
Didn't Bray Wyatt beat John Cena in a match / segment like a month later? And like,
yeah,
I don't know. Whatever. Anyway, the opener was good, and then from there, what do you think of the women's chamber match, pal?
I wasn't shocked. It was predictable. I mean, that was the theme across this whole card.
Yeah.
Bianca Belair is gonna win, she's won this match, and then she's probably gonna win at WrestleMania. More than likely, get her comeuppance on Becky Lynch. We've seen worse things happen. Hell, maybe Becky will bury her again in 30 seconds on the greatest stage of them all, in front of Jerry Jones.
Could you imagine?
Yeah, you have Jerry Jones. They're having a heart attack, pal. Jerry Jones having a heart attack at the thought of a colored athlete main eventing WrestleMania, bro.
Oh, Kevin, no. Kevin.
What?
Don't say that.
Sorry. I thought we were off air. My bad.
Kevin, no. For real, I think you're gonna have Jerry Jones and like the Cowboys D line in the front row watching this as Bianca Belair like decimates Becky Lynch in like 5 minutes. And yeah, be interesting. Don't much else to contribute, to be honest.
I think I took you out with my comment.
I can't believe you said that live on air. This is why Twitter hates you. This is why half of the AW fan base has you blocked.
So Bianca Belair won. Some people thought Alexa Bliss might actually win. My only thing that I want to ask you is, what do you think about Alexa Bliss still maintaining this Fiend gimmick? A lot of people thought that that Princess Bliss was coming back, or whatever, Fairy Bliss, whatever it's called. But yeah, she's just the Fiend still, pal.
I thought it'd be a new version of Alexa, or like not new, but like kind of like a hybrid between the kind of the Fiend thing and like the princess stuff, or like they do some kind of new type character. This was literally just, it wasn't as extreme as Alexa Bliss like a year ago at WrestleMania when she was like having the black goo tiara spilling crap everywhere. It wasn't like that Alexa, but it was pretty similar. And it's like, who's this for? Like, I know there's that one Alexa Bliss stan on Twitter who just spams you every time you mention Alexa, or anytime you mention women's wrestling, spams you saying that you should be talking about Alexa Bliss. How dare you? F you. Alexa deserves better. There's that one person. But outside of that, actually, no, Kevin, there's the other person who tweeted the picture of Alexa Bliss and Bianca Belair in the George Floyd situation, which was just, that was the worst thing I'd say on Twitter all year. Outside of those sickos, people aren't demanding this from Alexa. People aren't like, oh my God, I need Fiend Alexa. No one desperately needs to see that. People want to see a different, fresh, new Alexa, something new, something fresh. Like, that's what we want, like.
Yeah. I think the conversation needs to be held that, like, the fact that, has Alexa Bliss overstayed her welcome? Is there anything left for her to do? I mean, she's done everything. She's done way more than anyone else thought she ever would when she like first appeared in NXT as like Buddy Murphy and what's the other guy's name? The racist one. What's his name? I forgot. Jackson, was it Jackson Riker? No, Wesley Matthews. Buddy Murphy and Wesley Matthews. Not Wesley Matthews, but I can't remember. What's his name? Wesley Blake. There we go. Jesus, bro. Whatever. When Alexa Bliss first appeared as their valet, like nobody really thought she'd be a multiple-time champion and a main eventer in the women's scene. Like, I feel like she's kind of maybe overstayed her welcome.
So are you saying AEW? Question mark?
Yeah, she's gonna hop ship. She's gonna kick down the forbidden door, bro.
Bro, she's going to come to AEW and Big Swole cut like a promo on Twitter about how this is the darkest day in AEW history. I don't know.
Bro, Alexa Bliss is going to show up in Tony Khan's Fed. And she's going to take the belt away from Thunder Rosa after a 300-day title reign, pal.
Bro, this would be the darkest day in the legacy of Alexa Bliss, leaving Vince McMahon's house to join Tony Khan's house, bro. She couldn't handle it in the Fed. She had to join the Elite.
Oh my God! Look at BHB's comment, bro. Oh no, I'm not gonna read that one. Ishan seemed to like me referring to Wesley Blake as the racist one.
The racist one. Bro, Jackson Riker loves Republicans, bro. Jackson Riker watches Tucker Carlson nightly, bro.
Jackson Riker lost his paying job because he supported the president of the United States, bro.
Bro, John Morrison lost his paying job just because he showed up.
John Morrison vandalized an A-list celebrity's $2.2 million car, bro.
Bro, he vandalized his Bugatti, bro. Bro, can you just real quick flashback how bad that segment was, where you had The Miz and John Morrison, two 42-year-old men with kiddie paints, just painting the Bugatti with like a picture of a carrot with Miz, or the Miz, like hey hop hop on the Bugatti. Kevin, this was Monday Night Raw and it's absolute worst. Anyway,
why did they show Bad Bunny like with a hose just cleaning his car? That would have been more entertaining than any other part of that segment. Like you just show Bad Bunny running back there in a rage. He's like, "Oh, I need a hose."
Bad Bunny making like a sexual reference, like spraying his hose all over his car and cleaning the thing that'd be more entertaining than anything on Raw in like most of 2021. But we didn't get that anyway.
Right. All right. So back to the Elimination Chamber, pal. So next up, we had Naomi and Ronda Rousey versus Charlotte Flair and Sonya Deville, with the stipulation that Ronda Rousey had to wrestle with one arm tied behind her back. Hey, bro, it's 1988 again, pal.
God, this is 1988. Imagine, I'm not even going to say it, but like this whole match was just. It was weird to watch because Ronda Rousey is literally like, it looked like she was wearing like a tent, like what she was wearing. Because obviously, women have to be all covered. Completely understand that. But she's wearing like literally like a bag, and then she's got like the one arm tied behind her back. And so at one point in the match, Charlotte Flair like shoots on her and like slams her to the mat for real and starts hitting like shoot punches, and that went viral on Twitter. But no, elsewhere it just a bit dull. I saw some highlights. I didn't like watch the full match, but yeah. You upset.
Oh no.
What's there to say, pal? I mean, the Saudi prince isn't doing his cash for. That's not what the Saudi prince is doing for this match, pal. Anyway,
I'm gonna save you from getting some heat. I'm just gonna find a little context on Ronda Rousey's outfit. So she wore the same outfit that she wore she wore a judo. What do you call it?
That makes sense. I was gonna say yes. Okay, that clears it up. Thank you for that clarity. I appreciate that. Twitter, don't hate me more than you already do. I was just referring to that because it looked like a tent. But anyway, all good.
Yeah. So that's what she wore when she won the was it gold medal?
Right. That makes complete sense. Thank you. All good.
Yeah. Oh, she won a bronze medal. I don't know, something like that. Yeah. Whatever. Okay. Yeah, so it's a bronze medal. There we go. All right. So now, whatever. Ronda Rousey wrestles with one arm tied behind her back. Like, okay. I don't care. Moving on. So Drew McIntyre defeated Madcap Moss in a Falls Count Anywhere match. Yeah, you had Happy Corbin out there. I guess we're getting Drew McIntyre versus Happy Corbin at WrestleMania. That's like my biggest takeaway from this match.
I hate this. Like, it's just just. I've seen the anti-smart communities now hating Drew even more than they already do. Drew's too goofy. All he does is come out with a sword. He should be nowhere near the main event scene. I'm like, what did he really do wrong in the past 2 years to deserve this? Like, I get it. Obviously, he can't be in the title picture every week. I get it. Fine. But some of this stuff, I mean, the Jinder Mahal stuff where he's like driving a motorbike into the Ganges and like just waving his sword at 7'1" Indian men called Shanky. Like, that's one thing. Kevin, we can deal with that. But now it's like, this feud won't end. It's Drew McIntyre cutting promos saying #madcap mauling.
So I'll pose this question to you. I'm just playing devil's advocate here with this question. I like the zoom in. Thank you for that. So do you think Drew McIntyre has been exposed as a top level talent? Do you think that Drew McIntyre wrestles down to the quality of level of his opponent and is unable of like elevating his opponents to his level, or is this just bad booking that he's had the past year since losing the title?
It's a good question. I feel like, I think as Russo says, like, really good talent can make not so great booking really good. Like, you can tell Drew is consciously trying to make this like mediocre as hell material somewhat watchable. When he comes out and cuts his promo on Madcap Moss, I felt like that was entertaining content just because of how Drew carries himself, the entrance, and that type of stuff. But to answer the question, I kind of do. I feel like when Drew wrestled Roman, like Drew was like doing, trying to be at his absolute best. Roman was just better than him, at the time. But like, it was like really good. And then when Drew's wrestling Randy Orton, he's trying really hard. When he's wrestling these other, big main event stars, Drew's wrestling up to them. Now it's Jinder Mahal, it's Madcap Moss, it's Baron Corbin, and it's like it could be so much better. And to see Drew McIntyre doing this, I mean, hopefully he's back in the world title picture soon. I'm beginning to doubt it. I'm beginning to think that he's just going to kind of float around this area for like a year, and he'll be like the next like Seth Rollins, where he'll just do random mid-card stuff, and then in a year he'll get a title match at one pay-per-view, lose, then be back to the mid-card. I'm beginning to think that's what they're kind of doing with Drew, which is disappointing, but whatever.
Yeah, it is what it is. I mean, he won this match predictably so. I don't think anybody in the world thought Madcap Moss would actually win this. I can't imagine. Yeah, so you got that. Anything to say about the match itself? Anything you want to add?
Nothing really that notable happened. I mean, there's the one bit where Drew McIntyre looks like he hurts his neck, and that got me legitimately worried. I don't know if that was Drew selling, but I'm like, with Drew's neck, I mean, they haven't put an official report out. Obviously, they're trying to keep it kind of hush-hush. Like, how bad Drew's neck is, we don't really know. He's wrestled, like, one match each month now. Like, he's barely wrestling, so I think it's not great. But is it totally broken and it's like Edge's neck 10 years ago where it's like he can barely continue? I hope not. Because if that's the case, then that's trouble. But yeah, like, Kevin, here's the thing. If Drew's in this position here where he's wrestling Madcap Moss at these shows, he's on the undercard, and he's wrestling with like a really bad neck, you're better off just having him have a surgery, rehab it, make sure that's all good, because there's no point, Kevin, needing a neck reconstruction just to wrestle Madcap Moss, Like,
and that Madcap Moss spot was scary, bro. It looked like Madcap Moss lost his life in a WWE ring. Imagine if Madcap Moss had legitimately had to like suffered a real injury and died in the ring, God forbid, in Saudi Arabia. Imagine the mainstream media twisting that. Oh, I can see the headlines now. Saudi Arabia kills WWE wrestler out of sacrifice. Like, oh God.
Oh, I don't want to think about that. That's horrible.
That could have been so bad. Like, good. Thank God he's okay. Yeah.
That'd be terrible. But yeah, thankfully both guys are okay, we think. Drew especially, fingers crossed his neck isn't too bad, because I'm getting worried. But anyway, Drew, I might do a whole video on Drew, because what's happening is just it's not ideal. Then Kevin, we move on. This next match, in reality,
let me say this real quick. He's probably facing Baron Corbin because of the fact that he's injured. No, like he's probably facing it because of the fact that he's injured, and they know that Baron Corbin is a safe wrestler and won't injure him. So that's probably the thought process. I would imagine if he was in full health, he would not be wrestling Baron Corbin in like an undercard match. Like, they're not going to put him out there with Brock and Roman and have him get suplexed 25 times on the back of his neck. Like, that wouldn't be good at all for anyone involved.
It makes you think, Kevin, remember 2015 when everyone demanded that Daniel Bryan, who was in this same position with his health and a foot shorter and less muscular than Drew, wrestles Brock, the Suplex City machine? And it's like, bro. Yeah,
they wanted Bryan Danielson to suffer legitimate health issues on live pay-per-view for $9.99 on the WWE Network, pal.
Kevin, I'm a bad person for saying, dear Daniel Bryan, don't put your health at risk. It's not worth it. I'm a bad person for saying that. And when these same people want Daniel Bryan to be slammed on his neck 20 times and kill himself.
Yeah. There you go.
Anyway.
It's a tale of two cities, pal.
We move, Kevin. We move. Do you want to move on to this next match? Which, Kevin, if you told me 3 years ago, we're going to see Becky Lynch versus Lita for the women's title, it's like, oh my God. And then in reality, it was fine. Like,
yeah, it was okay. Yeah, I mean, my takeaway from this is that Lita is pretty much done. Like, she hasn't wrestled. This was her first match in her first real match in like 15 years. Because she had that one bogus match on Raw like 10 years ago where she got like a somersault, and it was like a 10-second match with, I can't remember who it was. I think it was actually like Heath Slater. I think she had like a 10-second match with him on Raw or something.
Yeah.
So this is like her real first match. Like, I don't know. I just don't think she really has much to give. Like, yeah, she did some of her Lita stuff, but the moonsault and the Hurricane Rana and all that, she played all the hits. I guess that's really what she is at this point. She's like the equivalent of like Rolling Stone coming out and just like playing a couple songs and that's it.
Yeah.
Appreciate them while we're still here. Like a lot of other legendary wrestlers, but yeah, it definitely wasn't what it would be if it was like prime Lita versus prime Becky Lynch, which she is at a prime right now.
Yeah, fine match. I saw bits and pieces. Obviously, Lita can't. Like, I feel like Lita's most famous. Obviously, the stuff with Matt Hardy and Edge for sure. Most famous for the moonsault, and most famous for the thong. Obviously, the latter can't happen considering the circumstances. So it's like Lita doing her signature moves. Becky dominates most of the match. Becky wins as you'd expect. So yeah, all good. I mean, it wasn't bad at all. I've seen so many worse matches in my time, but it wasn't like, oh my god, Kevin, a year from now, that match, bro, Becky versus Lita, get the popcorn and the chips out. We're watching that match for Elite Heat live. Like, it wasn't like that, pal.
Right, exactly. What's up, Elias Roy? How could we forget, pal, that she was a part of a 10-woman tag team match on Raw in 2009? How can we forget that?
How can we forget, Kevin? How can we forget? How Kevin? That was a mainstream classic, bro. CNN was covering it. They were covering the Benoit thing and that match, pal. That match, bro. Oh, that match.
I'd be down for Sasha versus Lita. That'd be cool. I mean, WWE won't do it because they don't like giving Sasha big moments for whatever reason. But
they don't want Sasha to win a match at WrestleMania. I think Vince McMahon wants Sasha to go 0-10 at WrestleMania.
Yeah,
I think that's what they're gonna do because Sasha's 0-6 at WrestleMania. I think they're gonna make it so like in 5 years' time, Sasha will be cutting a shoot promo. She'll be crying. She'll be like, "I've given my all to Vince McMahon. I'm 0-10 at WrestleMania. I just won one win." And like Trish Stratus at like 56, come out of retirement just to put her over, something like that.
Trish Stratus, bro. Trish Stratus will still look gorgeous at 56, but that's beside the point. So yeah. All right, so you have the Usos, your favorite tag team, versus the Viking Raiders for the tag team championship. I don't even know what happened. Can someone tell me what happened with this?
This didn't actually happen. This didn't happen. They flew these guys from the United States of America to Riyadh, Saudi Arabia, just to not do the match. They came out and punched each other. The bell didn't ring, and that was it.
So they did like I know it says here on no contest. So they just they just called the match off. Because they punched each other?
There was too much personal tension and animosity. They couldn't wait till the bell, Kevin. You had Eric punching Jimmy Uso. You had Ivar hitting Jay. Kevin, it was, as they say, too hot to handle, Kevin. The action was too much. Unreal.
So what you're telling me is that a bunch of matches went overtime, and the Saudi Prince was demanding that Vince McMahon not go over. Because, he's afforded Vince McMahon a certain time slot. So the Saudi Prince was in Vince McMahon's ear at gorilla position, screaming that WWE not go a second over the time allotted on their production, and that's why this match got cut. This is confirmed from JTE himself. That's what you're telling me.
I love that. Yeah, you got the Saudi Prince got like a headset on the front row, being like, "Get them off." And speaking of get them off, we've got Kevin off. Kevin's gone. Hopefully he'll join back, and that's fun. But this match, real quick, I'm gonna throw it to the chat because you guys have been going ham the whole time. Just want to check this out. Strawberry HB has been depraved.
I don't know what happened. I don't have in there, but I'm back.
Kevin, right as I was starting to talk, you just vanished.
I don't know what happened. It kicked me out of the studio.
I got so scared in StreamYard. My screen went from like here to it doubled. Anyway, that's great.
Yes. All right. So you were saying?
Oh, I was just gonna say, yeah, Ishan's comment here. This sums up the whole thing. Match of the year was Usos versus Viking Raiders, and if you disagree, you're simply wrong, pal. Objectively, Kevin. Jimmy Uso punching Ivar before the bell. Jay Uso with Eric. Kevin, this was larger than life. Forget Rock Hogan. Forget Andre Hogan. Forget the steroid trial. This was where it's at, pal.
Oh, man, I love it. Yeah. That's great. Yeah, so the Saudi Prince was demanding that Vince McMahon not go over a second of time, so that's why this match was cut. JT confirmed for us all.
Oh, that's what I was saying. Yeah, the Saudi Prince has a headset in the front row. Oh, cut it. Oh, yeah, cut it. Damn, cut it. Like, I forget when Vince did that, but there was like one thing. oh yeah, it was Money in the Bank 2011, and Vince is on commentary. He's like, cut the music, cut it all, cut it. But that was legit the Saudi prince. But anyway, you have to say it.
Oh man, I love it, pal.
Jesus.
All right, so here we are, pal. It's main event time, Maggle. It's main event Brock Lesnar, pal.
Lashley's shoot injury. I feel so bad. I hope Lashley's okay. That seemed awful. Like Lashley's injury. Chat, spam the prayers in chat for Lashley. That did not look good. Like,
yes, sir. Yes, sir. So Bobby Lashley, did he get injured in this match? I thought he got injured at the Royal Rumble match.
I don't know.
Because I read online that the report was that he injured his shoulder from taking all those suplexes from Brock Lesnar, which I called, by the way. And so did Bill. So I see he's smiling as he called it. But yeah. So I mean, it looked bad the way.
Anyway, continue.
It looked really bad. The way that Bobby was taking those suplexes. It looks like he definitely injured himself there. I don't think it was a shoot injury at the Elimination Chamber. I'm pretty sure that this was an angle so that Brock Lesnar didn't pin another black champion to become WWE champion, pal. So I think that's the angle here. Vince didn't want Brock to come off as insensitive, for lack of a better term.
I don't think Vince McMahon cares. I don't think Vince McMahon gives a damn. Vince McMahon does not see color except when he sees color, pal. Okay, Vince McMahon overcame the steroid trial for this business.
Oh, man. Yeah, so Vince McMahon, to be sensitive here, he had Brock Lesnar defeat Austin Theory for the WWE Championship. I can't believe that the final two were Brock Lesnar and Austin Theory. Wow. I
mean, to be fair, Austin Theory's got a lot of potential. I mean, they're pairing him with Vince, for God's sake. So they see him as like...
Yeah.
Another Drew McIntyre type where it's like at some point, assuming he doesn't stop trying and get himself fired, at some point Austin Theory will be like a main event player. And we saw it here. He was in the final two with Brock. He got F5'd off a pod, which is cool. But yeah, I mean, the match, the booking of this got crapped all over. This felt similar to 2020 with Shayna Baszler, only Brock was involved. So Brock is objectively way better than Shayna Baszler and the talent involved was better. But yeah, it's just, Seth Rollins is wrestling AJ Styles. Austin Theory is trying to take a selfie with AJ Styles. Brock's here, match over. That's your review, pal. Brock came in and within 2.5 minutes, he'd won the title. It was kind of funny. I talked about this in the Rumble Super Show. You did too, about how Brock's up here, Roman's up here, and everyone else is just like down there. And everyone else couldn't mean anything. No one cares. Like it's Roman and Brock, and then just I guess Lashley is like there, and then it's just trash. Like
yeah. Basically. I mean, yeah, Brock wins the belt here. Now we have a title for title match: Brock Lesnar versus Roman Reigns. There, pal.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah, I mean, really, what I think about this when I saw it, I'm like, okay, Roman versus Brock again for like what, part 7? Okay, cool. Now they're doing title for title. Do they need the extra wrinkle? Not really. Like, what? Okay, so they're ending the brand split, which a lot of people have been clamoring for due to lack of depth on the roster. Is the ending the brand split going to fix anything, though? What does that fix?
Well, you wonder why there's a lack of depth. There's a lack of depth because of how you book this crap. Like, Kevin, no one has a lack of depth when Brock comes in and destroys everyone in 2 minutes. No wonder there's a lack of depth when the show is booked the way it is. Like, they do this to themselves. But, yeah, title for title, pal, is the biggest match they can do as far as, like, I guess, story considered. They got the 2 belts, the 2 big stars of the last couple years. I get it. I really do. But really, like, Kevin, after WrestleMania, then what?
Yeah, I don't know. Then, yeah, I mean, I guess we'll get the obligatory rematch at SummerSlam between Brock and Roman.
That'll go over great. That's what everyone wants to see.
Yeah, people can't wait for that. I mean, you're gonna have wrestling gifts flying out to whatever city SummerSlam 2022 is to witness Roman Reigns versus Brock Lesnar, pal. So yeah,
the wrestling gifts will finish a 2 all-nighter straight session of editing a WrestleMania 29 video burying that show, and then he'll go out to SummerSlam and boo Brock Lesnar and boo Roman Reigns, yelling that Cena's better. And his girlfriend will be like, "Why has Xavier Woods got a dripstick?" Like, horrendous.
Wow. Thank you for that. Thank you for that last line. Yeah, so Roman Reigns versus Brock Lesnar. The story doesn't end here, pal. It's definitely not over. We're going to get them again. We're going to get Roman versus Brock until Roman Reigns and Brock Lesnar are both in walkers. Like, they're going to be, we're going to have, like, I don't know, whoever. We're going to have the Saudi prince's son wheeling down Roman Reigns in a wheelchair in 30 years to wrestle Brock Lesnar for the 25th time at Saudi Arabia.
You have a 54-year-old Braun Breaker who's like 8 hip replacements and like 9 neck surgeries, wrestling like Roman Reigns, who by this point is literally like 65, and you'll have wrestling Twitter at that time will be screaming. You'll have like JD in like a walker with like full grey hair on stream saying, it just is the worst thing we've ever seen. And also Kevin, just with Brock and Roman, as Stephanie McMahon says, WWE is a storybook where the chapters just keep going. You can never, the pages keep turning, pal. Roman and Brock, chapters keep turning. We're going to see match after match, pal. Long-term storytelling.
Just think, in 30 years, right? You're going to have a 65-year-old Roman Reigns going up against a 74-year-old Brock Lesnar. There we go. Got it out. At Saudi Arabia. Then an 88-year-old Stone Cold Steve Austin is going to come out and open the show, pal, with a stunner to Shane McMahon's son. Aren't you excited?
To Shane McMahon's son. Can you imagine when you got Shane McMahon's son? It has like 40-minute segments on Raw, like cutting promos, burying talent. And by this point, Disney's owned WWE for 10 years. You have Mickey Mouse runs out there with Daffy Duck, and they have a great match against The Miz and Rey Mysterio. And you got Daffy Duck hitting shoot elbow strikes on The Miz, and The Miz is like bleeding. And by this point, you got like season 15 of Miz and Mrs. And by this point, Miz and Mrs. like owns Corey Graves' reality show because Corey Graves' show folded after a year because it was that bad. And by this point, wrestling has died. There's like 100,000 people still watching, Kevin. It's just, imagine.
Yeah, I'm long gone because I had a heart attack after The Miz won the WWE title at age 53. After he went an hour and 10 minutes in the Royal Rumble to win the WWE title.
After The Miz beats Braun Breaker, Braun Breaker beats Roman. Braun holds the title like a year straight. Then The Miz squashes Braun Breaker in 9 seconds. It becomes like the next like Vince Russo, David Arquette incident, the next finger poke of doom, the next Daniel Bryan 18 seconds. This breaks Twitter. You have people coming onto YouTube, literally crying, screaming, "F you, Vince McMahon! How dare you!" And Vince did this whole thing just to promote Miz and Mrs. Season 8, where Maurice, this time it's Maurice, gets a vasectomy instead of The Miz. Like, ridiculous.
The Destructor said he's going to die when Becky wins the WWE title. Imagine that. Imagine Becky Lynch ends Roman Reigns' 750-day Universal title reign in Saudi Arabia, bro. You got it's Super Showdown 2023, and it's been announced that Roman Reigns will defend the title versus Becky Lynch in a super agenda-filled intergender match for the WWE Universal title. And Becky Lynch puts the disarmer on Roman Reigns like a minute and a half into the match, and Roman Reigns is like dying. He's like, "Oh, my arm's broken."
He's like Roman's just profusely tapping out. And then I jump on a live stream and I'm screaming. I get deactivated from all platforms for saying like J-Rance level stuff about how bad this was. Can you imagine? If they end Roman Reigns' title run with a Becky Lynch disarmer in Saudi Arabia, can you imagine? You got Roman Reigns, he holds the title for like 1,045 days. By this point, Grizzly Wrestling's made like 15 rants about him. Superkick Studios has done like 6 title reign and review videos. Gifts has made like 8 videos about the once in a lifetime Cena Rock match. And you get to Super Showdown 2023. It's a 12-minute match. Becky Lynch is talking trash to Roman, just beating him up, whipping him. Becky's like, "How dare you punch my husband 2 years ago?" Shoot elbow strikes. And then you get to the end of the match, disarmer. Roman Reigns is just profusely tapping out. Oh my god. And you have TMZ headlines like first woman ever to win the WWE Championship. And then everyone's like, it's the Universal title first off. But second off, it's the worst moment in company history. That would be worse than Katie Vick. That'd be worse than Triple H literally getting onto a casket and mounting a dead corpse. That worst thing ever.
Look at the look at the comments. I think a lot of people are happy about this, pal.
You people want Becky Lynch to dethrone Roman Reigns.
No, look at the comments. I can't say Elias Roy's comment out loud, but BHB said I devote my channel to Becky rants. Destructor says the rage I would go on. BHB also said I would get 5 strokes. So yeah, I think they love the idea of Becky Lynch making Roman Reigns tap out in Saudi Arabia, pal.
Can you imagine? Yeah, Destructor and Destroy BHB would do 350 reasons why Becky Lynch sucks, which would be a 10 hour long toxic rant, which would be age restricted immediately.
And now, am I talking myself into this as we're describing it? But could you realistically see this happening? Because you see Vince McMahon going to the whiteboard in Stamford, Connecticut at the corporate headquarters and looking like, look, I have nobody here that could beat Roman Reigns. I buried Austin Theory. I buried Braun Baker. I buried Edge. I buried Seth Rollins. Nobody, the fans won't take anyone serious that I have beat Roman Reigns. Why don't we just do Becky Lynch for the ratings, for the shock? You know, like you got Stephanie McMahon, Triple H, Vince all huddled in a boardroom. Bruce Pritchard's there. Linda McMahon is there. Whoever else is important within WWE is there.
Linda McMahon.
And like you got Stephanie and Linda are pitching Vince McMahon the idea of Becky Lynch ending Roman Reigns like 1,000-day title reign. I really can see this. I don't know if I'm just talking crazy right now, but
I can in a super woke 2023 or 2024 environment. I can see it. I can see Stephanie McMahon being like, "We're going to make history. We're going to do something that's never been done." And like, imagine that being pitched to Roman Reigns. Imagine, Stephanie McMahon and Vince McMahon, like the WWE brass, minus Triple H, who'd be in AEW by this point. They walk into Roman Reigns' locker room and knock the door down. It's like, Roman, we're here to talk. Roman's like, what? It's like, what do you want? Do you want to talk about me facing Braun Breaker, me facing Mello, me facing The Rock again in a rematch at WrestleMania 40? Stephanie McMahon goes, Joanna White, you're going to lose to Rebecca Good, Becky Lynch. And Roman just, he gets up, he grabs the belt, throws it at Stephanie and just like leaves. He's like 1,015 days for that. 3 years to lose to Becky Lynch. And Stephanie goes, and you'll be tapping out to her as well. Like,
oh man. And then like Roman Reigns shows up to go over the match. You know, Becky Lynch is there in the office with Vince, and Roman's there, and Vince's like, all right, pal, this is what we're gonna do. Oh god, I can see it. Oh, pal. Becky, you're gonna put him in the arm breaker that you do. What's it called, Becky? The disarmer. And Roman's just like,
Stephanie McMahon organizing this like WWE first time ever intergender empowerment wars, where you've got like Charlotte Flair wrestling Seth Rollins, you've got Ronda Rousey versus Brock. The show is main evented by Becky Lynch versus Roman Reigns, the Universal Championship. And like this is touted as like the most empowering wrestling show in company history. You got NBC and like during NFL halftime on like a week 6 game with like the Rams and the Steelers, we see this big ad. It's like Stephanie McMahon, WWE Intergender Wars. This is the first time ever. And it's like, we see Roman Reigns trying to build up. He's like this humongous jacked 6'4" Samoan. He's like, Becky Lynch is my most feared competitor. Becky Lynch is this is the biggest match of my career.
You got Joe Anolai sitting down on the halftime show. He's sitting there with like Michael Strahan and other like NFL legends.
Bro, you've got like Peyton Manning comes on for a special like halftime appearance on like the week 6 Monday Night Football game halftime show. He's like, doing his classic Peyton Manning, like monotone. His face doesn't change. Just saying, boy, I can't wait to watch Becky Lynch versus Roman Reigns at WWE Intergender Super Show. Like, horrendous.
Hey, Bill likes it.
Bro, Bill is a mark. Bro, Bill's a mark, bro. Bro, if you give Bill chicken crap. He'll eat it up, bro. Okay, like terrible.
Somebody at WWE is gonna be watching this stream one day. You're gonna have like a 31-year-old intern watching this stream, and then he's gonna run into Bruce Pritchard's office and start pitching the idea of Becky Lynch versus Roman Reigns to headline Saudi Arabia Super Showdown 2023.
Yeah, once they debut Bron Breakker later this year, he's being met with Goldberg chants. We don't want you. Once he's getting all those smarky chants, they bury Bron Breakker. They have Bron Breakker losing to like Ricochet on SmackDown. Over for Bron Breakker. The future's gone. Vince McMahon, he gives up. He sells the company for like $15 billion to NBC. Has Becky Lynch beat Roman Reigns via submission. And then Vince McMahon rides off into the sunset, having baths of money in Stamford, Connecticut, in his mansion. He's just bathing in cash. Like, horrendous.
Oh, man. God. All right, pal. What's next on the agenda? Because I think we covered Elimination Chamber somewhere within the last...
Talk about the needle mover, the head of the table, Cody Runnels.
Cody Runnels, pal. What is that? What is it talking about Cody Runnels? All right, so let's see. Kenny Omega did an interview like on Friday, right before.
Oh my God! Hold on, Kevin. Hold on. Chat. Oh my God. I'm not rating that. Ray. I'm not rating that. That's not on. That's not on. We're not endorsing that at all. That is horrible. Right.
Yeah. That's not P, pal. That's not P.
No, Kevin. You don't push that P. That P is too far. Thank you. Deleted. Okay. Let's go. And we move, Kevin. Cody Runnels. Moving on.
So Cody Runnels is going to, or I'm sorry, Kenny Omega did an interview talking about Cody Runnels, basically saying that Cody Runnels was on a plane to Saudi Arabia, and the internet went abuzz. It was like, oh my God, Cody's gonna appear on the show. And then when Bobby Lashley was removed and put into concussion protocol, because WWE is just like the NFL now, pal. WWE cares about the safety of their performers. So Bobby Lashley was put in concussion protocol to make sure everything was okay. All respect to that. People thought that Cody Runnels was going to come out and take Bobby Lashley's place, and Cody Runnels was going to hit Brock Lesnar with a crossroads, pal, and rightfully reclaim his throne atop WWE. Imagine, that would have been crazy. Imagine right now we're talking about Cody Runnels versus Joe Anoa'i in a title versus title match at WrestleMania 38.
That's a match you'd see on WWE Superstars back in 2014. I'm not kidding. But back in Superstars of the show, that's a match that would headlines Reigns versus Rhodes on this week on Superstars. Like,
yeah, legit
horrendous. When Cody comes, when Cody comes to WWE, which I'll believe it when I see it. Honestly, will. I just think Cody's going to take some time off and then he'll come to WWE. But ways to be seen, Kevin. When that eventually happens, like, bro, Cody versus Reigns, like.
Man, that's the headline at WrestleMania. But I mean, if done right, that could be a good pay-per-view headliner. You put that on you could put that even maybe like SummerSlam, Survivor Series. Money in the Bank.
Put that as a SummerSlam.
I think so. I think that could be a SummerSlam. I think enough people like Cody Rhodes now. I think you're being a little too harsh on Cody Runnels. I think enough people like him now that they could get away with it. Wait, you don't think Wrestling Gifts would pay all the money in his bank account to watch Roman Reigns versus Cody Runnels, pal?
This is Cody Rhodes. What's different about him than Jeff Jarrett? Like, he's a mid-carder who needs to make his own promotion to put himself over.
I'm just saying, if they do it right, people will buy it, I think.
How can they do it right? It's Cody Rhodes. Is he going to come in and be like, 4 years ago, at double to nothing, I put my sledgehammer through a throne, and now I'm here to beat Roman Reigns. I'll put my sledgehammer through the head of your table, Roman. Me and my wife, Brandy, and I, we're empowered AEW ex-employees. We left Tony Khan, and we're here to beat you at SummerSlam, exclusively on Peacock, paying $4.99 a month. We're going to defeat you in a mixed tag match with the Universal title on the line. Myself, Cody Rhodes, and Brandy versus Roman, a.k.a. Joe Anoa'i, and Paul Heyman. Mixed tag main event, blockbuster, Wrestling Gifts. Get your credit card out. Wrestling Gifts at the merch stand. How do you make Cody versus Roman a match people care about? And it's this wrestling bubble, Kevin, on Twitter. Oh my god, imagine Cody in WWE again. I can imagine it. I don't want to imagine it.
Oh man.
Cody is mid. We know that. Like, anyway.
Yeah, Bill is happy about the idea of Cody beating Roman. Yeah, Bill's happy about everything, pal.
Bill's a clown, bro. Like Bill definitely spends 11 hours a day on Twitter, bro. You can tell.
Bill's not a clown. He's taking home this blonde right here, pal. He's taking home that blonde. Yes.
What about the other one?
He's taking home both. He's taking home this one too.
Oh, gotcha. Fair enough.
Yeah, they're a throuple, pal. We don't judge.
They're a what?
They're a throuple. They're three people dating each other.
Ah, gotcha.
Yeah,
that must be a Florida term.
No, it's pretty common. It's pretty common now. You know,
Kevin Garcia loves throubles. We continue.
No, I don't. No, I don't love thruples. No
thruples.
No thruples. I'm monogamous, bro. So yeah, so shout out to Bill taking home these two lovely ladies. So good for him. Yeah, Bill is a real one. Bill is pushing P. Look at this smile. Bill is pushing P. Tell me if your bartender smiled at you like this. You know you're gonna have a good night. You know it. That's the smile that someone makes when they give you a drink with no mixer.
Kevin, that was not P. That was not P. Okay.
Wait, you never had a bartender smile at you like Bill?
If a bartender smiled at me like that.
All right, what if it was a female bartender that smiled at you like that?
Well, first off, if that's a bloke, if that's like Bill there, that can constitute as harassment if he smiles at you like that nowadays.
He's just happy to be here making drinks, pal. He's just happy to be here.
Bill's doing it for ratings, pal. Bill's like Dixie Carter in 2014. He's doing it for ratings.
Bill cares about the demographic that comes into his bar, pal. Bill has the 18 to 49 demo on lock with the rum and cokes, pal.
Bill killed the Ultimate Warrior for ratings.
Bill is actually the fake Ultimate Warrior. He's the Ultimate Warrior that came back in 1992, pal.
Bill's the Dingo Warrior, pal. He's from a land down under. He's like Rhea Ripley in an army of kangaroos and dingoes in the outback. You love to see it.
Yeah, bro. Come on. Look at Bill. Come on. Look at him. Look at him. Come on. He's happy. He's just happy to be there. He's serving drinks. You know, he's just trying to make sure his evil boss doesn't come out and yell at him. All he's trying to do is take home his girlfriends like that. You know, we shouldn't be like Bill.
Failed the wellness policy a couple of times. Just look at that face. Like you can tell Bill. He's like at the back. He's like it's like Jeff Hardy at Victory Road 2011. He's not in shape to be.
He's
there.
on the somas, pal.
His boss is like, oh damn it, get out there, damn it. Oh yeah. And Bill stumbles out there. And he's like,
oh man. Oh, look at BHB's comment. I'm not even gonna read that one either. Jesus Christ.
That's basically we do not want that in our stream. That is sickening. Kevin Corden 4K facts. Yeah, wow.
Stone Cold visits this bar. Stone Cold has 1 beer, 2 beers, and 3 beers at this bar, pal. Bro,
Ken, did you watch Brock Lesnar on the Pat McAfee show?
Yeah, I did. I saw a lot of it.
Amazing.
Good stuff. Bill liked it too.
I don't like Bill. Bill's a POS.
Bro, Bill's hijacked our stream, bro. Bill's the star of the stream.
Bro, Bill is pissing me off, bro. It's that face, bro. God, Bill's a dog.
Bro, Bill traveled all around the world bartending in bars across the globe for this industry, bro. Bill went from Germany to Japan to making drinks in Thai strip clubs. Bill was in Bangkok, bro, making drinks for males that attended the strip clubs in Thailand, bro. Okay.
Bill was in Bangkok. I'm done.
Bill trained with Fergal Fergs Devitt on how to make a perfect martini, bro. Okay. Bill and Fergs were hitting the ropes in Ireland, pal. When Bill was when Bill was at his stop at the indie bars in Ireland, bro.
was gonna make some joke about Bill escaping the Mexican cartel in a pub, but I can't even be bothered. That's Bill and Fergs serving martinis in Bangkok. I'm done. This is why you've got to tune into Elite Heat Live. You never know where this is gonna go. This isn't your stereotypical bland wrestling stream where we scream about fake matches. This is the content the people need, pal.
Bill 316 says, "I just made your drink, pal."
Fergs 316 says, "I just separated my shoulder."
Oh no.
How many Fergal stands? All 5 of you?
It's Fergs, pal. Oh,
Fergs
God.
316 says, "I just whooped your ass." Like, come on now. Come on.
Bro, Bill served wrestling gifts, drinks in Las Vegas, bro. at SummerSlam.
Bill seems like the kind of guy who watches Superkick Studios over wrestling gifts. I can't lie. I'm getting those kind of vibes from Bill. He's more a Superkick guy than a gifts guy, even though they might allegedly be related.
Oh, man. Oh, that's too good. Bro, Bill has noties on for Superkick Studios, bro. Bro, Bill served wrestling gifts girlfriend a beer, bro.
I want a bit of silence there. That sounded so weird when you mentioned a bit of silence.
Bro, Superkicks is goated, pal.
Elias, can we get wrestling gifts on Elite Heat? I mean, that would be a bit. Can you imagine?
We tried. He has not responded to any booking inquiries, bro.
Yeah, Pav has a business email, so we should probably hit that up.
We offered Pav hundreds of dollars, bro, to be on this stream, and he said no, bro.
I offered him 5 months of YouTube checks, and he said, "Miss me with that. I make 10 times more." So,
yeah, he bartends with Bill, pal.
Yeah, true.
Yeah, he's out there. He's out there running the ropes in Bangkok, Thailand, bro, serving up martinis to Fergs.
Wrestling gifts to Superkick Studios in disguise, conspiracy theory, bro. I mean, that's essentially saying Canadians are all the same, which is not true. But that said, those two might allegedly be related. Also, just so you know, I've been wanting Superkick to throw a shot at gifts or gifts to throw a shot at Superkick, just so we can have some like banterous fake YouTube beef, so we can do diss tracks. Can you imagine a Superkick Studios wrestling gifts diss track war?
Bro, Superkick Studios is an inside job, bro. Uh-oh. Jimmy the Elitist is gone, pal. But both are Punjabis. Oh my god. Bill served my girlfriend a dry martini. Shame on Bill for that.
All of my picture, my profile pic's still Big Swole. I just wanted to check that.
That's great. Yeah, it's Big Swole, pal.
God.
We need Pilana versus Tranquilo Club. No, we need wrestling gifts versus Tranquilo Club. That's what we need, pal. We need a shoot match on a celebrity boxing fight between Wrestling Gifts and Tranquilo Club, pal. That's what we need. They're gonna sell that pay-per-view for $9.99, bro.
What is this? Let's throw it to the chat. A wrestling. Imagine that, like a wrestling YouTuber's card, like Kevin. We do obviously. I don't know. Probably Gifts versus Tranquilo.
Yep.
We do Pilana versus consistent content.
Oh no. Oh no.
No. We'd probably do. God knows. We'd be a tag team. So we'd do us versus God knows who.
Wait, we could face JD from NY and DJ Storm's, pal.
Oh my god, can you imagine? Bro, like that'd just be them screaming. It'd be like debating Stephen A. Smith. You couldn't get a word in, they're just yelling the whole time. There's no point you being there.
Yeah, I'll just sit there with Bill, bro.
Bro, I'm not letting Bill near me. Bro, if I'm letting Bill near me, I want like 6 police escorts.
Plana versus a dumpster. Oh my god.
Oh my god,
That's
people.
So
Don't
bad.
be mean. Don't be Smart Busters versus Dave Meltzer. I'd like to see the Smart Busters versus
TWRP, pal.
and JD from NY in a tag match.
Oh man. We need the Sparkbusters versus us, bro.
God no. That'd be just like
We can have a blood match to the finish, pal.
Oh my god. She has like the left Sparkbuster smoking mid-match.
That'd be great. Yeah, me and him are lighting up a good old cigar, pal.
Big Swole and Tony Khan are best friends, bro. Yeah, facts. God, wow.
Yeah. Are there any wrestling YouTubers that drink a lot? Any notorious drinkers in the wrestling YouTube community? Yeah, they can have a drink off with me, pal.
Oh god. We get it, Kevin. You attend Florida nightclubs and get drinks from Bill. We get it, bro.
And then you and Rhea Ripley, pal. You guys could have Vegemite. You can have a Vegemite making contest, pal.
That's so stereotypical and borderline racist, but I'll accept it. All good.
Hey, this is the same guy. You're the same guy that said that she's hanging out with dingoes, pal. We got Rhea Ripley in the outback with dingoes, bro.
That's actually funny though. Rhea Ripley from Adelaide, South Australia, on the more irrelevant parts of Australia. But anyway, we move.
Yeah, Ferg's better, bro.
Bro, oh god, Jay Rance versus JD from NY. Yes, can you imagine?
Oh,
Jay Condon. No!
We need Jay Condon attending a Warriors game. That's what we need. Jay Condon versus Warriors Twitter.
I want to attend a Warriors Bulls game, like in a year and a half in the finals when it's Warriors and Bulls. I want to be courtside with Jay Condon. Curry has an off night, shoots like 1 for 15 from 3. DeRozan hits a fadeaway shot for the game winner. And Jay Rance is screaming death threats at DeRozan, telling him to get hit by a bus, like all this stuff. Like
Jay Condon, bro. All right, pal. Is there anything wrestling related you want to talk about before we get up out of here, bro?
Not really. I think we'll go like 5 more minutes. We'll go till the top of the hour. But no, I think wrestling wise, we covered most of it.
Is that the same thing that Xavier Woods said to Paige, pal? Bill liked that one too.
Yes. So, Kevin, what are your thoughts on Steve Austin coming back in wrestling, pal?
It doesn't tickle my fancy, pal. I'm not into it. I don't care to see Stone Cold Steve Austin come back to wrestle my next door neighbor. I just don't. Stone Cold Steve Austin is what, 58, past his prime. You know, I'm probably in the minority with this take, but I don't really care to see it.
I don't think you're in the minority, if I'm being honest. I'm neutral to it. I'm like, I think I've tweeted this. If he wrestles, amazing. Like I'm happy I get to see Austin live because obviously I was born a month before he had his last match. So there's that. And then if he doesn't wrestle, does it really bother me? Not really. You know, it's like there's no need for it at all. But it does make me think, how could they not get Steve Austin for any WrestleMania before this one? He's 58 now. Could they not have possibly got him when he was like 50 at like WrestleMania 30 or something? And Vince McMahon offers the blank checkbook to Steve Austin. I don't know.
Or
Austin
09 to face Cena, like that would have been perfect.
Yeah.
You know, or whatever.
Like what if you do Austin versus Cena at WrestleMania 29? Like instead of doing Austin Rock 2, you give the blank checkbook to Steve Austin, and then Austin Cena main event, CM Punk's bitching on a podcast about how it should have been me. Like
you do Austin versus Punk, and then you do Cena Rock. You know, Cena Rock 2, Austin versus Punk, whatever.
Yeah, you do Punk versus Rock for the title, Cena versus Austin in a dream match. Taker could wrestle
Jericho.
Yeah, Jericho. Jericho didn't have to wrestle Fandango. You could have had Triple H and Brock still. Alberto Del Rio versus Jake Hagar. Pal?
Jake Hagar, pal. Yeah, but yeah, Stone Cold coming back. I don't really care to see it. I mean, if it happens, it happens. I was fortunate enough to watch him wrestle live as a little kid, so that's nice. But I mean, it's I don't know. If we're 20 plus years removed from his prime now. And I don't know if people are really sitting at home clamoring to watch him wrestle, like people that grew up in the Attitude Era, grew up watching that. I think the thirst is just over. It's kind of like Shawn Michaels coming back to do that tag team match in Saudi Arabia.
Yeah.
It's just unnecessary.
I think the ship sailed. I do. It's a bit like Ronda Rousey and the fans caring.
Right.
You know, I feel like that ship sailed. Obviously, I'm not saying no one cares about Ronda Rousey, but compared to 2018, the amount of buzz, interest, it's nowhere near. it really is nowhere near. It's just like, I don't know. It feels flat. And yeah, hopefully if Austin does wrestle, it's going to be at least a good, entertaining match. Fingers crossed if he does, there's no like Goldberg Undertaker moment where you think, oh my God, like your heart like skips like 5 beats. You think something horrible's happened. Hopefully if he wrestles, it's a safe, good match. Kevin Owens or whoever, probably Kevin Owens can put him over or something. I don't know. Like,
yeah. Exactly. Can we get Alberto Del Rio versus the Supreme Court already? Oh man.
Who said that?
VHB. Woo.
Jesus Christ.
Wow. Yeah. All right.
Allegedly. Anyway, well,
I think
that's
we've
been Late Hate Live, Kevin. What do you want to say?
We've overstayed our welcome. Yeah. So signing out, Bill says goodbye to everyone. And yeah. Any last words, pal?
Del Rio versus the Supreme Court. You people are mean. Del Rio deserves it, but I mean, that's wow. Those comments, Jesus. Anyway, thanks for tuning in, guys. It's been good fun. Bill's a bum. I beat Bill in a straight fight, and yeah, easy.
There you go. You answered Eshawn's question, pal. Can we get Bill versus JTE, pal?
You got to get a quick glimpse of Big Swole. Hold on. 1, 2, 3. Bang! Hey!
Bang! All right, everyone. Good day, everybody. Thank you for tuning in, and peace.